Hi friends, it's Auden. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I hope that you are ready for this build. I love it so much and I'm so excited to show you this build and yeah, what I worked on for 2 days. Not very long days, but 2 days. This is not a limited pack build, but it is in a base game world. It's in Oasis Springs on the Cacti Casa lot, which is a 40 by 30. Um, and I do want to make a note that I am using the new kits, Modern Retreat and Garden to Table, in this build, and I will talk about that when I start pulling out the objects. But I do want to make a note that I do not support the EA sale. I am not thrilled about the sale. I think that is a huge mistake, but I do want to highlight these kits because these creators worked very hard and they deserve to have their work recognized. So the Modern Retreat kit is by TudTuds, and we will be looking at some of those items here in a minute. And I might get some of the items mixed up, like which goes in what kit, but and then the Garden to Table kit is by BrazenLotus. So congratulations to those two creators. I'm so sorry that your kits came out in the midst of all of this going on. But your items are beautiful and wonderful, and thank you for creating them for us. But that said, let's get into the build. You can see that I started the video with the shape of the build sort of down. I had like a vague idea of what I wanted it to look like the shape. Like I wanted this kind of L shape at the front of the house to put the pergola from the modern, is it the modern, I need to have it open again. The Modern Retreat kit, I think, is the one with the pergola. And I wanted to have that. Well, actually, you know what? I can just look. I have my game open. Oh, I just copied the wrong thing. Yeah, the pergola is from... Oh no, it's from Garden to Table. Okay, I'm gonna continue to get them mixed up. They're just both so good and so beautiful. I'm just gonna mix them up in my brain. But I wanted to use that pergola and I wanted to have kind of like an L shape in the front. And then my main concept for this build was a center courtyard that's like a cutout in the middle of the build because I feel like that's very mid-century, very mid-century modern. And so that was my main concept for this build, was that thought. I had no thoughts outside of that. I didn't know what swatches I was going to use on anything. I did not know that it was going to be like a dark wood and black build, but I think that it comes out really, really beautiful, and I really hope that you will like it. This is pretty much the shape. We do add like a little porch on the left side of the build with a bump out next to it, and we do shift the build over about 2 tiles to the right so that we have more space for a yard on the left side of the build. But yeah, so now I think we're getting windows down and some doors, and then I think we're gonna jump here in a second to the interior where I've already done the wallpaper, the flooring, the floor plan, which I kind of always do off camera, partially because it takes me so long to figure it out, and partially because it just makes me anxious to make those decisions. And I go back and forth so many times, but once I have the wallpaper and flooring and windows and doors and stuff down, I can kind of like figure out more the interior style. I did go for the brown and black, and then we have green as the accent color inside, because the new couches and stuff came in a really pretty green swatch. But first we're going to be working on this kitchen. I put this like half wall down, and it kind of created like a little hallway space between the kitchen and the center courtyard. And it gave me a perfect way to have like an L-shaped kitchen and have more cabinets and stuff. So that's what I did in this kitchen. We use the Home Chef Hustle counters, which I know I overuse, but they're just so good. And they are the perfect counters for this build. I do really love it, and I just really love the colors in this kitchen, like the dark and the gold and the greenery. It's so good. What is this? There's like a... It's not there yet. I do, of course, use the businesses and hobbies sink. I know I overuse it. I love it so much. And then we add the hanging plant box from Lovestruck, and that was just like a really good piece to add to this kitchen, I think. Um, Later on, I think at the end of the build possibly, or maybe in the middle, I add some pendant lights to the kitchen and dining area. The bump out, I say so much. The bump out on the front of the build ends up being like a little library, which I forget to clutter up and add plants and stuff to. So that is like off camera, I believe. But it ends up having like a bunch of books, like bookshelves, that's the word I wanted, and a chess table. But we'll get to that in a second. We clutter up this kitchen in a very, I think, good way. So we have like the plants from Garden to Table, which are going to be in every single build. I love them so much. They're so pretty. And then a bunch of the items from that kit are on the island. Like they're all around the stove, and I think it looks so cool. Like I'm really happy with the way that looks. We also use a bunch of things from the kitchen clutter kit, which you know I use in every single build. I'm so sorry. It's so good. It's so good. And now we're just like adding some of those items to the kitchen. We get a cookie jar and the spices, same thing. The little like dish rack and the soap dispenser. And then in this corner we put, oh, we're not over in that corner anymore. Where do we go? We're putting the little island piece down over here, which I thought looked really pretty and brought the kitchen over to this corner. You will notice that in a bit I end up blocking that door outside when we go to the exterior. And I do realize that and fix it off camera so that it's not blocked. I just forgot it was a door. My brain thought it was a window. But in that little corner by the fridge, we put a plant. I put curtains up later. We have a little table with a radio and another plant from Garden to Table and a little pet food feeder. We do add the new dividers from... That's not what I wanted to do. The new dividers from the Modern Retreat kit in this house in a couple spots. Mostly in the... Not mostly, but in the two little bump outs to kind of frame them out a little bit. But now we're going to work on this front entryway. I was doing my a K-pop Demon Hunters rewatch. I know I talk about this a lot, but I always mention, or try to mention, not try to mention, I just end up mentioning it, what I'm watching when I'm building this, because as I'm watching it back, I'm remembering it. And I was watching K-pop Demon Hunters while I was working on this for the most part. And then later on, I'm rewatching Avatar, one of my favorite shows ever. So I'm like thinking of those while I'm sitting here doing the voiceover. But in this entryway, it is quite a big entryway. We get a sectional and a fake fireplace with the new Monstera plant on it. We get this shelf right here. At first I couldn't figure out what I wanted to put there, and then I remembered the new shelves from the Modern Retreat kit. So I put those there with some shoes on them and just a plant. And I think that it looks really pretty. I'm really tired of hearing myself say I say them so often. I almost said it again. So we're just kind of decorating that and cluttering it up a little bit. And then we add the same curtains in here later on. I think we may leave the entryway and go somewhere else for a minute. I probably could have cut out some of this. Is this boring? Let me know if I should have cut things like this out, or if you like seeing the clutter and entryways and stuff, or would you rather skip over hallways? Because I like to watch people decorate hallways, because then I feel like I get inspiration from my own hallways. I don't know. I'll probably still add them occasionally, but we use the tiny living lamp over here, and then I put some clutter on it, and I think that it's really, really a cute idea. It's like where they put their like keys and change and receipts and stuff right there. And we get a big old bookshelf from... Is that from the living room? The living room. What is the living room one called? Um, what is it called? Refined living room. Yes, refined living room. Because the wood color matched and it was very modern. But now we are over into this little front nook where we get a chess table and some chairs to bring the green color in. And then some bookshelves. The bookshelves are from Businesses and Hobbies. And the chairs are from Adventure Awaits. But they have that like dark wood and the green. So I thought they worked really nicely. Later on, I do add a couple of toys scattered throughout the build because the living room has toys and like a kids section in it, but there weren't any toys like in the entry or anywhere. So I do put a couple down. But now I'm just adding a coffee maker, and I think we are going into the living room for a minute. I do ping around this build so much. I'm so sorry. I just get so distracted and like have ideas for other sections. But this living room uses the new fireplace from the Modern Retreat. Modern Retreat, is that correct? Modern Retreat. I'm going to keep doing that. The Modern Retreat kit. That's a beautiful fireplace. We don't really have any that are that big, and I love it so much. We get a giant TV on the wall, and the little like base game stone pieces underneath the fireplace, I think, make the fireplace feel like more of a statement than anything. We use the Businesses and Hobbies tall coffee table, which I don't know that I've ever found a purpose for, and I'm really excited that I did. The couches are from the new modern kit, and then we use a these chairs are I want to say growing together are the chairs that we end up using. Yeah, growing together. And then I realized that I did not clutter up this beautiful new ladder piece, which I'm so glad I found a spot for. That is from the Garden to Table kit, and so I just add some clutter and books on that. And then we go back to the living room again, where I am adding a side table and a lamp. The lamp is from the new African update. I think it is so beautiful. And then the chest that we're using as a table next to the sofa is from Adventure Waits. And then we just get a little kids table over here. I think we use the Little Campers one. And then behind the sofa, we are going to be putting a block table, which I never know if it's accessible for children because it's just it's confusing. But I do put that down. They do have a baby, so if the kid can't use it, the baby will use it at some point. But I just thought it looked pretty, and it added like a kid's thing over there. But we do use these two. We use two of these side tables from, I think they're growing together, with just some clutter on top. And we do put an imaginary friend down. I do put one in the kids' room, but I thought it looked cute in here also. So there are two of them, but I think it's okay. I did struggle for a bit with what windows to put on that wall above the side tables right there, but we end up with a mix of windows, and I think it looks really good. But then we put this comfy gamer cubby here, and I figured that that can hold like things for the kid, like the snacks are in reach that the kid can have whenever they want, and like just some books for them and just some various clutter to kind of clutter the area. And I'm not really sure where we go now from where we're at. I don't know what we decorate next. Do we work on the office does not get finished until the end of the build because I was kind of struggling, and I feel like it still needs a little bit of clutter. I might need to do that before I add it to the gallery because the desk is not cluttered. I'm gonna do that right now, actually. Okay, I just threw some magazines and a pen cup and some business cards down. Is anyone else having issues where when you're trying to clutter something, it says cannot intercept objects? Intercept, hang on, what does it say? Cannot intersect other objects. Because I have all the cheats on. I have build mode and everything on. Not build mode, move objects and everything on. And it's been doing that to me lately, and it's it's kind of frustrating. But yeah, we're just decorating the office a little bit, and then we'll go back later and kind of finish it and add decor and a side table from the new kits. and kind of just finish decorating it later, because I was not really sure. It's kind of a big build, so I wasn't really sure what to add anywhere. So we're just adding another piece of clutter over here, and then I think we move on to we're in the primary bedroom. This is, I think it's a businesses and hobbies bed. It's literally called businesses and hobbies bed. So I'm going to say it is. And then the 4 rent side tables, I know I overuse them. I know, I'm sorry. They're so good. I love them. They always have the perfect wood tones. And then we use, where are these lamps from? Also businesses and hobbies. Okay. And then more businesses and hobbies over here. It's one of my favorite build kits. Honestly, it's so good. I love the items. I love the wood swatches. Like, this rich wood tone is so good. We get a Dream Home Decorator rug, and then the Desert Luxe curtains. And then you can see that I cut out that little nook right there by the door, because we end up making that the shower corner for the bathroom. So I do change that. You'll notice later. I do think I cut out all of the bathrooms, but I will do a tour at the end of the video and show you everything. And then also where that black cushion is on the floor by the bassinet, I add a table with some baby clutter on it, but that's a little later. And then later I also realized I didn't really clutter up the bedroom, so we go back to that as well. But I think we're about to jump outside, because I did the kids' rooms last, actually, which was really, really weird. But I just wasn't feeling inspired for them at the moment, so I just kind of finished the bedroom, and then I did all the bathrooms off camera, and then I jumped to the exterior of the build, which was a struggle for a minute to kind of figure out where to put things. But we end up with a kind of long, it's not a lap pool, but like in the corner of the lot, and then we put, or no, not in the lot, the corner of the, I guess it is the lot. And then we make this little seating area with a bunch of the new items, these chairs and ottomans from the Modern Retreat kit are so pretty and realistic looking. My dog just woke up and is making noise. I'm sorry if you can hear that. And then the like table and the clutter are all also from these kits, and I think they're so fun. The chairs are from the kit. The like items on the wall, the grill, the counter, the sink, all of that is from the garden kit, I believe. And then we just end up with a bunch of shelves on the wall with so much clutter for this little outdoor kitchen. And I think it's so pretty. I think it's so pretty. I really love this little corner. Like, I'm just really happy with the exterior of the build. It took me a minute to figure it out, but I really like it. And at this point, I'm watching Avatar. So as I'm like looking at this build, I'm like thinking of Yue and Sokka, because that's the scene that I was watching. One of the scenes I was watching when I was decorating the exterior. So sad. Let me know how much you like Avatar. Everyone likes Avatar. If you don't, I'm nah. I don't know how to react to that. But yeah, and then I do end up changing some of the fencing around the pool to be the lower brown fence that I was using, because I wanted a tree over the pool and I couldn't do that with the tall eco fence, so I do change that a little bit. We do end up marking off this section where I put the swing set, and we get a jungle gym from Adventure Awaits, and we put sand on the ground, like a little sand pit. And then, like I said earlier, the back door does get blocked, sort of, because I forgot it was a door, not a window. But I do fix that later, I think off camera. I change the way up to be the like climbing one, and put it where the slide is, and then put the slide where the stairs are right now on the jungle gym, and then scoot it over about a tile to make the door accessible. So it is accessible. You can, this is a fully functional, all the doors and everything function, so you should be good. I did also cut out adding a couple clutter pieces to those shelves that I added over in the corner of the kids' room. Okay. The kids' corner. I don't know what just happened. But they get a bunch of gardening stuff out here, a bunch of like planting stuff and planters and clutter. Because of the garden to table kit, I wanted it to like not just have the garden items inside, but have a garden outside to kind of make the garden table items make sense on the interior of the build. So I was really pleased with how I managed to get all of the things I wanted on this lot. I wanted a kids section, I wanted a pool, I wanted an outdoor kitchen, I wanted a lounge space and um, planter boxes and everything. And so I'm just really pleased that I got everything to fit. You could kind of see here that you could see that I forgot that that's a door. Also, I currently have my AC off because it's right next to my desk and it's loud, or like the wall next to my desk has the unit in it, and so it's very loud. And it's getting kind of toasty. I might have to pause the voiceover for a minute and turn that back on. But we don't have too much left. I believe we just have landscaping and the kids' rooms, and then the upper patio and the courtyard. Okay, we have a bunch left, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, I have let the apartment cool down a little bit, and so now let's get back into the build. I don't know what I was saying, though. I probably should have listened to that first. But we have finished up the exterior of the build, like the yard part of it, and now we are just quickly doing the landscaping. Here is where I'm adding that lower fence so that the tree can kind of go over the pool a little bit. I think it looks really pretty. I just kind of matched the landscaping to the area, which is, yeah, that's what you should do. But I thought it also just looked good at the build. And we just kind of bring in the aloe plant and the palm trees. Is that agave? We use the agave plant, and I don't know what the last one. They're all from base game, though. There's no landscaping that isn't base game. The trees are all base game. The palm trees, the little plants are, and then I just kind of do a bunch of layering of the dirt and the sand everywhere to kind of make the landscaping look more grounded. Grounded landscaping is a funny concept because it's landscaping. It's grounded by nature. Literally nature. Oh my gosh. Okay, I swear I'm not doing this on purpose. Then I think we do we do the courtyard next? I don't know what we do. I bounced around everywhere in this build. Sorry if you can hear my mouse moving around as I look at the build. But now we are kind of working on this front bit with the benches from one of the new kits, and then just a little coffee table with some clutter on it. I think I don't add the clutter or any of that quite yet. We kind of like fence in this little front bit a little oddly, but I think it looks good. I think it looks kind of realistic. I like it. There's like all three kinds of fences on this little like front porch area thing. That's the technical term, front porch area thing. You know, that's I'm amusing myself. Okay. But now we're doing that here, and then I do add the little low-lying fence as well. I overuse this little fence. It is the best fence. It's my favorite. It's from Get to Work. It has so many swatches, and it just like really defines little spaces like that. So I really like it. We add a couple of plants right here and a little rug, and then I think that's it for this little area. I think I clutter it later. I think I come back later and finish this little section. At least I know I stepped away for a minute. But this is the perfect mailbox for this build. It is from Get Together. I think it's perfect, but we are kind of coming to the end of the build here in just a minute. We're going to be working on the upper, or no, we're not. We're not coming to the end of the build. I saw me go up top and I knew that like the last clip was me decorating up top, but we come back and do that. We still have to do the kids' rooms. Oh my gosh, I'm so lost. I'm so lost. We kind of lay out the upper porch balcony thing, which you can get to from the center courtyard. And then we go back inside and work on the teen room and the kids room. And then the final thing we do is come back up here and finish decorating. And then that's the end of the build. I got very misplaced for a second. But yeah, so I think we're going to work on the little courtyard for a minute. It just has like an ottoman and a chair and some candles and 3 bonsai trees in the very center. So it's pretty much just a little bonsai garden, which I know is a thing, but this is a Sims 4 bonsai garden. And I don't know, I think it's really cute. I like it. I do put these little rock mats down in front of the doorways, but I put one of them on the wrong side of the door. So I do fix that. So it's kind of like one side of the courtyard has the little rock to the door to the bedroom, and then catty corner to that is the rock to the like living space. So I thought that it looked way better when I was able to like turn it, you know what I mean? I thought it looked better, and I just liked it. I liked it a lot. And then there's like the little trellis to get up top. But now we are working on the teens room. So this Sims room is following the colors of the gay pride flag with the teal and the white and the purple. So we use the bed from base game that has the flag colors on it, and then all of the other like items from base game that are pride related. And then we get these balloons. I think you can see them on the video now. I also do notice at some point, and I did not fix it before I uploaded this to the gallery. Oh no, because I just remembered. Oh no. The big hot dog painting is poking through the wall. That's a problem. That's a problem. Can I... I'm going to overwrite it. I'm going to re-upload it with the fix, because I don't like that. I don't like that it's like that. Oh, I can't fix... Oh no, maybe it fixed itself. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. Let me know if it's fixed or not if you download this. It is on the gallery under AudynRo, AudynRo, and all the information is linked down below as well. But yeah, so I did just fix that. I'm sorry. I noticed it when I was editing the build, and then I never went back and fixed it. It's not doing it right now in the video, but it will. But anyway, this is the teen's room, and his room is like very teal and purple, and it matches the pride flag, and I think it's really, really beautiful. I love this like really fun gallery wall above the desk. They are kind of an artist. I think that the upper art area on the top of the house is his area. And I think that he just really loves it and loves art, loves knitting. He has a cat. So he has a cat tree in here, and then also a food bowl. In my head, it's more like a water bowl so that the cat has water when they're in here at night. But there's no litter box, so I guess that doesn't really track, but just let it track. Thank you. And then we just have like another little gallery wall on the wall above the bed. I am devolving. This voiceover is devolving. I've been doing this for like an hour. I still need to show you the tour. But yeah, so the nightstand is from, I want to say high school years, and I thought that this swatch of it really matched the bed really nicely. The desk is from Comfy Gamer, as well as the, wait, there's no as well as, oh, I get some of the Comfy Gamer clutter on the wardrobe and the little shelves, and then we kind of grab just an assortment of cutesy things for on top of the desk, including like the little computer from Pastel Pop, and the rug is from Pastel Pop. The flooring all throughout this house is businesses and hobbies, by the way. I should have mentioned that earlier, but I did not. And then the rug is, or not the rug, the mirror is high school years, as well as these little cubbies we're going to be using over here, which I think it cut out my adding them does. Yeah, there they are. And we're just kind of cluttering those up a little bit. I thought the swatch of this was so perfect and looked so cute over here. And then I think the divider is base game. The wardrobe is business and hobbies. And then we get the, is it high school years? The like egg chair? Yeah, it is. And then the business and hobbies lamp. And then just some various clutter throughout this whole room. To just really make it feel teen and lived in. And I like it a lot. This might be one of my favorite rooms ever. I think it's really, really pretty and cozy, and probably just their dream space. This is their safe space and they love it. I think he wants to be just as creative as possible. He wants to create, he probably wants to write. That's why he's got the writer thing on the wall. And just create everything he possibly can. So that's his room. And now we have moved on to this kid's room where we've kind of jumped ahead and there's a bunch of things placed because I was struggling. I tried an infant bed, I tried a toddler bed, I tried a kid's bed, I tried a bunk bed. We end up having it be a kid's room, but I really struggled with this room a lot. And I was building this room while watching the Secret Tunnel episode. So, you know, say it in the comments if you're listening to this part. Quote the song in the comments. That made me really, really happy. But this is pretty much the whole kids' room. There's just a toy box, a couple bookshelves, another imaginary friend, the raccoon from Business and Hobbies, the kids' tent from... Is that Growing Together? No, it's Dream Home Decorator. I always forget that that's Dream Home Decorator. It feels like such a weird pack for that I'm gonna be from, but we're just kind of cluttering it up in here. We get some trophies, and then we get the, I think it's Country Kitchen Kit shelf, and we put some like various kids clutter up there. And then this little raccoon painting is from, I feel like they really like raccoons, like they just really like raccoons apparently. Oh, it's from Business and Hobbies. I'm fine, I know what I'm doing. We're almost done. The way a voiceover devolves towards the end, if it's longer than like a 15-minute voiceover, is wild to me. But we are getting closer to the end of the build. We're finishing up this clutter, and then we're going to go up to the top patio. Am I okay? I might need some coffee, although it is 3 p.m., so maybe not. Maybe a crisp, zero sugar Dr. Pepper with cream soda. Delicious. My favorite. I'm just kind of going around downstairs and adding clutter to various places that I forgot to clutter, like the laundry room and a little bit just in various spaces. And now we are coming to the end of the build. We're just decorating this little top patio real quick. We're adding a bunch of stuff from the artist studio kit for the teen to come up here and paint. There's a guitar, there's various plant clutter, and like a little ottoman. And it's just a really cozy little hangout space. So I hope you enjoy this build. We're going to get to the little tour now. And yeah, we'll do that in just a second. We're almost done. We're just adding a little ottoman. I struggled with this upper area. I struggled so much with it, like with what's put in the center of it. But let's go to the little tour now. After I add a couple of solar panels up here and change them to green to match everything else. I really love the way it came out. It's just so, it's kind of cozy to me. I really enjoy it. So if you come up this way, nope. This is the front entry. You can see I added some clutter over here. This is the weird fence thing I was talking about, but I think I like it. It's cool. This flooring, I don't think I've ever used this flooring. It's from Grange Mudroom, and I have not used it yet, but it's really pretty. So then you come inside, and this is the front entryway. So we just have a coat, little rack here with a hat and stuff on it, some photo frames, this little blanket thing. Here is the like, guys, I know what I'm doing. I painted the ceiling to match the floors. Here is this little space. So if you go in this first door here, this is just a bathroom. There's just a shower and a sink and everything. And just, you know, some cutesy stuff. Cutesy, cutesy, cutesy. And then you go this way, and then this door is that teen's room. I really like his room. I think it's really pretty. I'm also sorry if you can hear my keyboard clicking. Here's that painting. I did scoot it over. It does fit perfectly now. It's good. We're good. And then they have this little section, and I just think that this is his dream room. He just got to do what he wanted, and he really likes it. And then if you come back out, this door is the kids' room that we just decorated. And it's just it's kind of blue. I like this long runner rug and just some toys and stuff everywhere. And this new side table I thought was very kid appropriate. If we go in this door, this is the laundry room. And it also is a half bath, because why not? And then through this door is the parents' room. Parent and guardian room. So they have the bed and everything over here on this platform. And then here is that little table that I mentioned that I added for some baby clutter. And little pots over there. And then this is their bathroom. It's just the same as the other ones. And then that little shower nook. And then you can go out this door to get to the bonsai garden. Just over here like this. And then if you go up this ladder right here, you get to this little creative space up here, which I think is so pretty. I really love it so much. I'm really happy with the way that came out. And then you can go back in this door or come down this hallway. And here is the kitchen. I love it. I think this is one of my favorite kitchens I've ever done. I think it's just so cozy. And then here's this little space and the dining room. And now you can see here that you can go out this door, and there is a way out here, and you can maneuver through there. They will walk through that space. It kind of goes into this, which is kind of odd, but I think it's okay. I think it's fine. And then you go this way, and here's the little kids play spot. Oops. Kids play spot. And then here's the living room. I think it's really cozy. I think it's so nice. And then here is that little half bath. I just kind of added it there to give a bump into the living room because I just needed to fill up space. Here is the finished office space with some clutter on this little shelf and everything, and then cluttered up desk. And then finally you go out this door, and here is that little porch area with all the new items on it. This little spot over here is just a bunch of plants. Here's the little pool, the gardening space, and the little hangout spot, and the little kids area. And then this is what the back of the build looks like. And then if you go to the front of the build, this is the top-down floor plan view. So the front door is here, and then the hallway, the kitchen, and then all the bedrooms this way. And yeah, it is on the gallery if you would like to download it. You can find it under my ID, which is AudynRo, AUDYNRO, and it's right here. It's called the Midcentury Modern. So I really hope that you like this build. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys!